My name is Doug Lloyd, and I am the Eaton County Prosecuting Attorney. I represent the people of the state of Michigan, and specifically the citizens of Eaton County in criminal cases. In other words, the prosecuting attorney represents you. In my current job, I am the elected prosecutor. The prosecuting attorney reviews, authorizes, and prosecutes criminal and juvenile cases. Michigan compiled laws 49.153 requires the prosecuting attorney to appear on and prosecute all criminal cases in all courts of the county. In addition to the requirements in that statute to handle the criminal, juvenile, abuse and neglect and child support cases, the prosecuting attorney is also mandated to perform a great many other special functions by the law, including traffic, civil infractions, and personal protective order enforcement. Most people may not realize that the prosecuting attorney has the responsibility to make sure the defendant gets due process and is treated fairly. Finally, the Crime Victim Rights Act assigns many responsibilities to the prosecuting attorney to ensure that crime victims are treated with fairness and respect and are notified of their rights under the law. Making charging decisions is among the most important of our duties because it directly impacts the community's safety and citizens' freedom. I am often in court, but I am there because a crime has been committed. A prosecutor is in the executive branch, so the legislative branch, the House of Representatives and the Senate, make the laws. The executive branch, prosecutors and the Attorney General, carry out the laws. The judicial branch, the courts, evaluate the law. So police officers investigate a case to see if a crime has been committed. If they believe it has, they send the case to my office, where my people review the facts of the case, determine if a crime has been committed, and if it is that person who has committed the crime. If we feel it has, then we charge that individual with breaking the law. Once we have charged the case goes in front of a judge or a jury, where we must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the person is guilty. If we meet that burden of proof, then a judge or jury would find the person guilty, and finally the judge would sentence the person. I am originally from Las Vegas, Nevada, where I went to UNLV for criminal justice. I decided in college I wanted to be a lawyer, so I went to law school at Thomas Cooley Law School here in Lansing. After law school, I was in private practice where I represented defendants and did business law. In 1996, I went to work in a prosecutor's office, and that is what I've done for the last 25 years. In 2013, I became the elected prosecuting attorney for Eaton County. When you think about the criminal justice system, you need to think about the people who participate. The judge has gone to school to be in the position he or she is in. The defense attorney and prosecutor each made career decisions to be where they are. The defendant is there because of allegations that have been made against that person. The only person who has never given the choice as to whether they wanted to be involved in the criminal justice system is the victim. So for me, the most rewarding part of being a prosecuting attorney is standing up for the victim to make sure that they have a voice and that voice is heard in the courtroom. One thing I wish people knew about prosecuting attorneys is that we have over 400 statutory responsibilities. These involve things in criminal law and outside of criminal law. For example, one of those responsibilities is that we work with schools on making sure that schools are safe. Many people wrongly think that police charge cases and that prosecutors simply show up in court, or that all of a prosecutor's available time is spent in court. Actually, we spend a significant portion of our time outside the courtroom. We're reviewing charge requests submitted by area police agencies and preparing for court hearings. The prosecutors evaluate a case, and if there's enough evidence, we bring the charges and handle the case until it's finished. Prosecutors are responsible for seeing that justice is done in every case. This means ensuring the victim is treated fairly, but it also means making sure that the defendant is treated fairly and that his or her rights are protected.